Get ready to expect the unexpected because random behaviors and events are coming to Train Sim World 6.
At its core, the goal with random events is to try and make every journey feel a little different. We're introducing 2 new events that occur randomly during gameplay.
Exactly. These are the kinds of things that I've talked about so many times in so many videos. These are the features that we need in this game. This adds replay value.
But myself and Matt, we're not going to announce this one. We'll let somebody else do it for us.
Now arriving into Train Sim World 6 platform.
We're getting both! Are you serious? I was banking on the most likely possibility that it was just going to be one or the other. I was like, we're either getting announcements or we're getting random delays. I don't think we're getting both, but both? Are you actually out of your mind? Hey guys, it's Matt from Train Sim Society and welcome back to the channel. Or welcome if you're new. We are coming down on the final minutes before the official reveal of Train Sim World 6. We're gonna find out what routes we're getting, what locos we're getting, and most importantly for me, what new features we will receive with this new yet expected yearly iteration of Train Sim World. There have been little teasers throughout this countdown and I just need to say, I'm hyped. You know, I'm worried we're getting either announcements within the train themselves, or we are getting events and delays, random events and delays to be specific. And honestly, I don't care if we get either or possibly both. I'm just happy that either of them sounds like it's going to be coming to Train Sim World 6. So I'm going to be giving you guys my full reaction to the Dovetail Direct, but also letting you know that I will be pausing and reacting and talking about things as we see them. So of course, this video will come first if you're watching this, and I will have a full proper breakdown of what's all included a little bit later. So let's dive into things. You guys, I'm ready. I'm not ready, but I'm ready. I don't even know what's gonna happen here. Oh God, not another countdown. Not another countdown. This is old Train Sim World music. Is this their way of saying like this is the end of an era? On to the next one. Oh Lord, I need to process. This is like the Super Bowl for people with crumbs in their bed.
Hello everybody and welcome to another Dovetail Direct. I'm JD, the Marketing and Community Director here, and I hope you're ready for an extravaganza of all things Dovetail. So
yes,
what can you expect from today's live stream? Well, we'll be telling you a little bit more about Train Sim World 6, revealing all of the core routes and all of the locos that you're going to be able to enjoy in the latest edition of the Train Sim World franchise. We're also going to be announcing several new add-ons for Train Sim World 6 that are going to be releasing over the course of the next few months. And we'll be taking a look at the Train Sim World 6 roadmap, and we'll have more add-ons to add on there, don't you worry. So I think we should get this party started now.
Yeah, I think we should.
I'm going to go and find our exec producer Matt Pedalston, but I'm going to leave you with this, which is the brand new, all shiny Train Sim World 6 trailer. Hope you enjoy.
Oh God, the trailer. Does this mean we're gonna learn about everything in the trailer? Oh Lord, okay, here we go. Why did the passengers look better? No! New Jersey Transit, yes! Yo, we're getting the comic cars. I knew it. It's too fast. I couldn't see what it was. Are we getting the ICE 4? Is it the buy mode? Wait a minute. Yes. This is exactly what I wanted. This was done just for me.
Matt, we have a lot to talk about.
We do. First, we want to reveal the next edition in the series. Train Sim World 6 will be coming on September 2025, coming with a top-notch selection of routes and trains and many player-driven core features that are sure to be exciting. We're going to have some great paid value bundles, and we're going to be returning the free starter edition.
So the free starter pack won't contain any of the routes or the locos that we're going to be talking to you about in the next 10 to 15 minutes or so, but it is a brilliant way to get involved into the Train Sim World journey. If you're an existing player, you can bring all of your compatible content.
Okay, so I need to say 6 weeks after launch is not bad. I did expect it to be a little bit longer, but you know, 6 weeks is more than enough time for you to claim the content because all you have to do is claim it and then it's yours. So as long as you claim it, then you don't need the whole 6 weeks. So I think having that period to do that is just fine in my opinion.
Content with you, but for free players, think of it as a little bit of a demo to get a little taste of what Train Sim World 6 has to offer.
The free starter pack will be available for 6 weeks after launch, and then it will be permanently added to your account, which you can keep forever.
You can also expect, as Matt alluded to, some great value paid for bundles that contain all manner of brilliant pieces of content, both new and old. Train Sim World 6 will contain, as ever, 3 highly anticipated routes this year from the UK, the US, US.
All I need to say, I just need to stop this and say right now, there has been so much speculation about the US just being completely left out. And I've just been seeing so much like, we don't care about US roots. We don't care about US players. They're boring, this, that, and the third. Okay, we exist, okay? We matter. And Matt, thank you. Thank you so much, Matt, for making sure we got a US root, because I was really worried that we would have been left out of the equation. But I knew deep down, I was like, they're not going to do us dirty. I just know they're not. And I'm so happy that we have not only a new route to look forward to, but more New Jersey Transit, my home state. Let's go.
And Germany. And this year, in an exciting new twist, we'll be granting deluxe locos for each of those routes so that you can expand your collection even.
Oh my God, with the aero cars? Oh my gosh. This is exactly what I wanted. And you know what? That is probably one of the most highly requested US locos, at least in relation to the Northeast Corridor, that I've seen in months and years. Where are the aero cars? Why aren't they in the game? Well, guess what? They're coming.
Further. It truly is our most flexible offering yet. And information on how you can pre-order some of these bundles will come later on in the live stream.
I think that's about enough of the admin.
You know I love a bit of admin.
Let's get on with the fun stuff. We've got a lot to show you in Train Sim World 6. I hope you're excited. We'll join you back shortly.
Matt, where are your pink headphones? Oh my God, that's beautiful. Oh my God, New York looks so much better. Look at how good New York is. We have a proper skyline now with the One World Trade Center. I was just up there a couple months ago. It's Plymouth to Exeter, isn't it? Oh my gosh. You know, I was gonna lock in that prediction as my last minute prediction, but I didn't make another video, and I was going to, and I should have, because I think that's what we're getting here. Oh wow, that's so beautiful. Oh my gosh, look at the wires. The wires look better. The catenary looks so much better. Yeah, it's getting upgraded. It's getting a treatment, because I'm pretty sure this is that curve right when you come out of the Hudson. It's the Hudson Tunnel, right? You know, as you're heading towards Secaucus. I think that's what that
so
turn is.
So you may have had some tips and tricks from that little showcase, but I think it's about time that we formally announce the first route for Train Sim World 6, and it is the US route, and we're going to go back to the Big Apple.
Let's take a look at the Morristown line, New York and Hoboken to Dover.
You know, I didn't know which branch we were getting. I was okay with any of the branches. I was okay with the Atlantic branch. Morristown was on my list, North Jersey coastline. But you know what? I'm cool with this one.
With a line that's as interesting and busy as this, the route offers a lot of new ways for our teams to express themselves.
We're adding this level of gameplay, we're adding a completely new experience. No two journeys are going to be the same.
It's really just going to bring train journeys to life.
The NJ Transit Morristown line, which takes us from New York to Hoboken, it's a magnificent run that takes you from the busiest city in the world, New York, both from Penn Station and Hoboken, westbound across the Northeast Corridor, one of the busiest railway lines in New York, before then taking the ride up to Dover via Chatham, which obviously is an interesting link for us as well.
The Morristown line is a tale of two halves, really. You've got the older Arrow 3 EMU, but you've also got the more modern ALP 46. So there's two different kinds of traction there, again offering two very different driver experiences for operators and would-be engineers on the route.
Obviously, back when it was built in the late 1800s, early 1900s, it was not the sort of route that it is today. Obviously, it turned rural much quicker.
It's an interesting route to develop because you've got the busy city areas.
They nailed the overhead catenary poles, like the actual gantries. They nailed that. That looks really good. That's even like the right shade of red.
And as you progress to the west, the scenery changes. Suddenly you're in the trees and in the forests and sort of the less built up areas. It doesn't really get less busy though. It's a really interesting run with lots of drivers challenge as well. I think think one of the things that the team really enjoy about this is the variety, the fact that it's not just a route of lots of the same thing. It keeps the route really interesting to make because there's always new challenges, new ways to solve things. We've been having lots of discussions with our beta team members. We've got a focus group.
Oh my gosh, I love how you can see the New York skyline that far away. It's kind of giving the same vibes as Frankfurt Fulda when you're coming into Frankfurt and you're still quite a ways out and you can see that skyline. We can finally see it. On New York to Trenton, you can't even see that skyline that far, at least from my knowledge. So yeah, things have definitely been improved here.
Ways to solve things. We've been having lots of discussions with our beta team members. We've got a focus group internally. Whenever we're looking at routes that we want to make, we'll go and have a look in the suggestions forum and see what are people asking for. Morristown is in there.
The Arrow 3 on Morristown line is a really different experience for players. Being built in the 1970s, it has a really antiquated control system. You don't have a reverser on the train, it's just driving forwards and driving backwards, which is a really different way of driving a train. There is a brake as well, of course. You couldn't really drive a train without that.
No!
It is very different, and especially with the commuter style service that you're doing, it's just a very retro feel.
This has been quite a difficult train to source audio for, but we've been very fortunate in that we've had our community and our beta team members that have been able to source some audio for us, and we've actually been able to use that audio to create a brand new sound set. We've been able to, recreate the Arrow 3 sound.
This is why we need to give a round of applause for the beta team and, these people that collect these data and sounds, because sometimes, let's say Dovetail can't make a trip out here or they can't get on the trains and record audio themselves. We have awesome people right here in the US of A that are able to give them that data. I live in New Jersey. I have my own recordings of some of this stuff. I can go out and get things and provide things, and so many other people can too. And I love that people can come together to make this happen.
We know it makes a massive difference to the community and the fan base out there.
Backing that up, you've got the modern ALP46 electric locomotive with the multi-level cars and the cab car, which gives a really totally different experience, because here you do have all the modern conveniences, super comfortable cab. Between the two, you get a nice contrast of the different experiences and how you can take that onto the route. So this is sort of a first.
This is gonna be the deluxe, isn't it?
Really
I knew it!
So for our
The
deluxe loco, we've got
ALP45
the
DP.
NJ Transit ALP45 DP dual power locomotive. So this is sort of a first. We've got a locomotive here which can run on diesel power and overhead electric power. So a bit like the 802, for example. And it'll be just carrying some of the operations up and down the Morristown line. Some parts of the early part of the route you run in diesel mode, and then you switch over to electric for the rest of the route.
Again, a very different gameplay experience to a standard electric loco or a standard diesel loco. This is kind of a mix.
I love the West Coast. I love those Metrolink routes, but I need to say I have never been more happy to be out of California, because coming back here and now giving us something that is at least connected to the Northeast Corridor that is now up to TSW5 and 6 standards, I'm so ready to have that suspension, the suspension physics and whatever new features we're going to get, but have it on the Northeast Corridor. I'm so ready.
The two.
It's a fascinating train to drive with some interesting operations, and being, a slightly different train drives a bit differently to the ALP46 and a lot differently to the Arrow 3.
It's a really different experience for players.
Okay, you know what? There were predictions that, the Avelia Liberty was coming, and that was going to be the deluxe train. I'm very happy with this. So you're going to get the LP46, obviously, which is what we already had, and we are getting the brand new Arrow 3 set as well, and the deluxe is ALP45 DP, and I'm very happy with that. So we're not just going to be coming out of New York, we're also going to be coming out of Hoboken too. So that's 2 different hubs. Oh my gosh. I'm actually extremely happy with this. It kind of exceeded my expectations. I'm not gonna lie. And we still have way more to go after this? I need to process this right now.
Well, I think a lot of people are going to be very, very happy with that first route for Train Sim World 6. Matt, what are you most looking forward to?
For me, it's the Arrow 3. I like older trains. I like the clunky feel to them. They feel a bit more real, and I'm looking forward to getting in that cab.
Oh yes, oh yes. So we've done our US route. Now let's go back to the UK, back to old Blighty.
Here we go.
And let's go to the seaside, shall we?
Let's take a look at the Riviera line, Exeter to Paignton and Plymouth.
Yup. They really do listen to us. You can't tell me they don't listen to us, you know, because going through these threads and going through these Discord channels, you're looking at the most popular things, the most requested, and I made a whole video on what was most talked about. And look, more New Jersey Transit was up, like pretty high up there. There were other things, but it was pretty high up there. This was the #1 most requested thing out of everybody. And look, it's coming. So it's like, you can't say they don't listen, you know?
This is a part of the UK we've never been to before.
This is just such an iconic UK railway line. You will have already heard of it, even if you don't know the name.
It's windy, it's got steep gradients.
We've gone above and beyond here.
You've got a real driver's challenge on this route.
Oh boy, this looks so
Riviera
good.
line. Yeah, we're going to Devon for the first time in Train Sim World. This is a really historic route. I mean, built originally in the 1840s. It's windy, it's got steep gradients.
Almost everybody will have seen pictures of this route, and the pictures you've probably seen of an area called the Dawlish Seawall, with the stunning red rocks, with the railway line right there on the seawall.
Oh, wow, look at
Itself
that.
runs from Exeter St Davis in the north, and it then branches off. After Newton Abbot, it goes to Paignton, and it goes to Plymouth. There's almost never a straight line on this route. It's almost always in some sort of curvature, which makes a really interesting drive.
It's a nice part of the country to, you know, run a train on. Like, we've got the, you know, dramatic cliffs, the red rocks, the nice horizon, the sea.
It was originally built as an atmospheric railway before that technology failed and became a standard traction railway. So it's got so much history, so much prominence within the UK, and of course we're bringing GWR back. We've got that license, we've got that brand back in the game. So it's a really exciting route for players. You've got the
You know, I know this was very highly requested, but I wonder how players are going to fare with this, considering, you know, he mentioned that it's pretty curvy. There's not a straight line. So does that mean we're not getting like high speed runs? Like, it's not going to be like a West Coast Mainline South type of situation. Like, I don't know this region, so I am unable to speak on it, but I'm just curious on, you know, what top speeds are going to be. If you guys know, definitely leave them down in the comments. But there were a lot of players that were saying that they wanted all the flagship routes to be, you know, high speed, stopping and express passenger, which is my personal style of gameplay. But I'm not gonna lie, this does look really interesting. And, you know, we kind of got that high speed running with TSW5, so I don't mind slowing it down a little bit now with TSW6. And if I remember correctly, I think the Morristown line does have decent speeds. I actually need to go look up the NJT map now because I don't remember all the lines. Oh my gosh, this one's actually kind of windy too. I was thinking about the Raritan Valley line. This one's gonna really provide some interesting drives, but it's not gonna be boring in the slightest. There's a lot of traffic, and you're coming out of New York, you're coming out of Hoboken, so it's like there's gonna be a lot going on. I'm actually really excited for that.
Devon Banks, you've got the meandering sea wall, which makes the driving experience for any train much more different. For example, if you want to take a free roam journey in Flying Scotsman, unlike the East Coast Main Line where it's just flat 75 miles an hour, you have got steep up and downhill banks, so you're constantly on your toes trying to maintain the speed.
And of course, with that dramatic coastline, we've got some really stunning scenery in the route. So it's really exciting to see a slightly different landscape that maybe we've not seen in a UK route before, and I think that's really going to please UK rail fans.
So the team went and visited.
Have they fixed the ballast issue? Because it looks a lot better here. Maybe it's just the lighting, maybe it's the middle of the day or something, but that was like one of my biggest gripes, and I've talked about it so much. I'm always going to give constructive feedback anytime that I can because I love this game and I want it to be better. So like, I'm trying to look for small details, but it's so hard for me to do that and also ingest everything because they're feeding us so much at one time.
We've not seen in a UK route before, and I think that's really going to please UK rail fans.
So the team went and visited the railway line and were able to take photographs of all the different stations. We also have some community members that live in the area that we've been talking to that have helped us out with some really interesting specifics and so forth. So hopefully we've got a really, really top-notch recreation of this iconic route. The rear rail line includes the VR Class 802 in Great Western Railway livery in 5 and 9 car versions. If you're familiar with the East Coast Main Line and the Azuma trains, this essentially is the Great Western Railway version of that train. But this one's got dual power.
It's diesel powered, it's got a diesel engine, so same train, same speed, different noise. That's going to offer players a completely different experience.
No, I'm personally excited about that, but I don't know how that is going to fare with other players. So the leaks were right, obviously, you know? So this is the train that it's coming with. Like, it's different, but I'm worried people are going to say it's not much different, you know? I'm curious on what the reactions will be to
Replacing,
that.
of course, the iconic HSTs that used to run along these routes back in the day. So a really iconic train and a modern train to bring to a very old and historic route.
So for the 802 for the Riviera line, we've actually been using a mix of audio that we recorded ourselves for the 801 a few years ago, but we've also worked with All Aboard Studios and some members of their team, one member in particular, Sam, who has recorded sounds of the 800 class, and we've actually improved the sounds of the traction motors and the running sounds, and we've actually worked with them to basically implement those into our 802, and so hopefully we've made some improvements over and above the 801. We're just trying to make it better and better, so we've gone above and beyond here, and we're trying to make even more improvements.
At the other end of the spectrum, you've got the Class 150. We first did the 150 on the Cardiff route, and so
This is one of my favorite trains, at least one of my favorite UK trains, for sure. And also, I wanted to say the Class 802, the cab looked a little different.
we've overhauled the 150 quite significantly, went out and got fresh reference from Great Western Railway, and then modelled the 150 to their specs.
Everyone loves the 150. They've been going for years, they're loud, they're a bit rough around the edges. Obviously with the new GWR branding, they look a bit nicer now, and they're going to offer those shorter commuter services, so slightly different style of gameplay, more stops, shorter trains, but no less exciting.
We did actually go...
Okay, so is this the kind of route where we're going to be getting like overtakes and passes and stuff, or is that not really going to happen here? I want to say like I am happy with this, but I'm worried about players going, we're just getting like upgraded trains that we already have. Ooh, I'm a little concerned on how others are going to react. I personally like this, but also this isn't my region, so it's like I wasn't like over the moon about UK content or super excited for it, but I know that I have a big audience that watches that, and you know their opinions do matter.
A Class 150 with Great Western Railway down at their Exeter depot. We were fortunate enough to get our own private test run with Great Western Railway with Class 150. They took us from Exeter down to Paignton and back, so we were able to rig the Class 150 up with microphones to get all of the running sounds. We also had a full day in the depot to record everything from engine sounds to horn sounds to cab switches, doors. Again, we just want to make sure that we're improving sounds where we can and get as much improvement in the audio department as possible.
Okay, you know, that's good. That's good. That's good. So it's going to have a brand new sound set. It's probably going to sound way better considering they had a whole day in the depot. That's awesome. But I do want to say, just by that little clip that passed, I don't think passengers look different. That's just trailer magic, baby. That's just Hollywood. But I am personally curious on how the passenger behavior is going to be. Are they going to behave better? Are we finally getting an improvement for that? And I know we're going to find out more on that soon, but I'm just curious. They need to get better. They have to get better. All right, we're going to Germany, baby. Oh wait, are we? No, this is the deluxe train. Wait!
So the Voyager is one of the...
This was in the trailer and I completely missed it because I was still trying to process everything I saw before it. No, this is a good train.
Trains that's really well known in the UK. The average rail fan has an opinion on the Voyager.
We've all been waiting for the Voyager, right? It's something that players have been requesting for years, and we're finally bringing it to the game, courtesy of Cross Country. So if you've travelled on trains in the UK, you've probably come across a Voyager. They've travelled pretty much on every part of the network. So for existing players, the Voyager is an immense loco to add to their collection. You've got free roam possibilities on all sorts of routes, whether it's up at Birmingham Cross City or even somewhere like the West Somerset Railway.
It's so versatile. With all the routes that we have in Train Sim World, there are multiple places where players will be able to take the Voyager in free.
Does this run on other routes that we have? Because if so, I am expecting some timetable updates. That would be nice.
And just do what Voyagers do.
So this is our ticket sheet for the UK. So the I cannot speak, GWR Class 802 and the GWR Class 150 are the standard trains. 802, it's technically new, but still similar to something we already have. The Class 150 is basically just an updated and enhanced version, I believe, and the 220 is brand new. I would say this is on par with the US so far because, you know, the ALP is going to be included, and that was what we received with New York to Trenton, but the Aero cars are completely new. And also, I think for the deluxe of that, the bi-mode one, that is a different train. It does look similar, but it is a different train. Honestly, I feel like the US kind of got the better end of the stick. Usually US, I feel like always gets the bad end, but I feel like with what we're getting with US might be a little bit better than this. That's just my opinion though. I'm curious on what you guys think. As far as the route choice though, it looks beautiful. It's scenic. They mentioned curves and gradients, so that's going to be some interesting gameplay. But I'm ready to see what is coming next.
And that is the second of our 2 routes. I can't wait to get my bucket and spade out, get an ice cream, and check out the Riviera line.
I'm really looking forward to driving along that Dawlish seawall. The beautiful rock formations, the way the track swells around next to the sea. Stunning.
But let's put the UK to one side for a second and move to our final route to announce for Train Sim World 6. And for this time, we're going to go to Germany.
Let's take a look at Bahnstrecke Leipzig-Dresden.
Okay, this part of the trailer went by so fast for me, I don't remember a single darn thing.
Taking an existing route and extending it is a fun challenge.
Is a completely different driving experience.
There's so much to go at, so many different things to do.
I've spent more hours driving this route than any other German route in the game.
Why do I not remember this route? Is this a TSW2 route that they're extending? Why do I not remember it at all? I mean, I'm happy with an extension. Let's go.
We've already made Dresden-Riesa in the past, and it's probably one of the most popular German routes because of the diversity of services, how busy the line is and so forth. But one of the biggest requests that came from players was to double the length of the route and take it to Leipzig, which has been something we've been wanting to do for quite some time.
So this is really...
Okay, so it's that route extended. Oh my gosh. So originally we got the route, then we got it upgraded, and now we're getting it extended and upgraded again. You know what? I'm here for it because this is a great route. I just always forget about it because I don't play it much, but it is good.
Really exciting for players. It's almost doubling length. We've got 40 odd stations, way more than the original route, and there's so much more gameplay tied in with that. So we've got an extra branch line coming off from the eastern part of the route. We've got freight services, intercity services, S-Bahn services, like we have in so many German routes. A real experience for players to get stuck into.
Again, one of the things that was most requested from players was Friedrichstadt, the line directly near Dresden station, which is where there's a big freight yard there. S-Bahn services run over there, meaning that you'll get more complete services on the eastern side of the route, as well as having full-length runs then across the entire journey of the route.
The track between Dresden and Riesa.
I just need to pause because this is so unrelated to what they're talking about, but I'm just thinking, bugs, guys. Are we worried about bugs for the release of this? I hope we don't have that as a major problem. I really don't, but you know, at this point, they say expect the unexpected, but are bugs unexpected? I don't know.
As the excitement of the winding curves, the multiple paths.
I will say, in their defense, they have mentioned, you know, more improvements to performance and optimization. So hopefully bug fixes along with that, and hopefully very minimal bugs with the launch of these 3 new core routes.
And of course, we've got the new path that's going in there as well on the eastern end. But the extension beyond Riesa and into Leipzig is a completely different driving experience. All of the twists and turns are gone. It's basically a straight express run into Leipzig, which means you can get up to speed in trains like the ICT and the Talon 2.
Just the trains themselves is a huge variety.
So you've got the BR411 ICT running your ICE trains and express trains.
Oh Lord, I'm worried a little bit here. Are we not like getting much on this? I mean, Frankfurt to Fulda with TSW5, that was a big bang for them. Like, it was a lot. It was a big route. There was a lot going on. It was my favorite style of gameplay. Express runs, stopping passenger, bus stop with a little bit of S-Bahn action. There were overtakes. It had everything that I love. High speed running, So, you know, are they taking a little bit of a step back here? Maybe because of performance, because I know that route gave them a lot of problems and it gave us a lot of problems and it still does give me problems to this day. It's the one route that really still crashes on me. Okay, so we're getting a reused train.
The Talent 2, which is going to be running some of the more regional trains. The 146 is a passenger train that's going to be running S-Bahn trains. That is supported by the Generation 4 Dostos. And then you've got the 185, and that'll be supported by a range of freight trains. So between those various trains, you kind of cover off the vast majority of the operations on the route, which I think we think was important for this.
We were very fortunate with the ICET that we were able to get a very good reference trip for that. So we've gone back, looked at the audio that we obtained for that, anything that we may have missed in some of our edits, or things that we could just make some little improvements here and there on any feedback that we got last time we did the ICT. It's all about trying to make those little small steps this time around for TSW6.
Okay, so it's the same train, I believe, and we're getting some upgraded audio. That is nice, and I will say specifically for console players, but as a PC player, there is a mod that just came out recently that gives us a whole new sound set that sounds miles better than what we had. So unless they can top that, I don't know if personally it's gonna be like in my wheelhouse. Like this won't be something that I clamor to. I'm still excited for it. Also, let's just wait and see, because what's the deluxe train gonna be?
To try and improve on what we did before.
It's a brutish thing.
Way low for be worth it.
Such a key part of German railway infrastructure. The BR294 is such a staple of train simulation, and its omission from TSW to date has been felt, players and us alike. And then the start.
I'm a little shocked. Wait, the deluxe train is a shunting train? I mean, I'm not like unhappy or ungrateful or anything. Like, we are being presented a meal and I'm going to eat it. But like, I'm just a little confused.
For this release, it adds that shunting dynamic to the traffic on this route, of which there are a number of yards throughout the route. But one of the other things that we really like about the 294 is it's a road shunter, which means that not only do you find it hovering up and down, backwards and forwards, shunting wagons in the yards, it's quite capable of going out onto the main line at mainline speeds. So if you're not a shunting fan, this loco is still potentially interesting as a freight loco. So really. Okay. It looks okay. Again, I'm not a German player. I'm not super familiar with all the German content and what exists outside of, the realm of the game. Don't we have something kind of similar to this already though? Or am I just like making that up? Really interesting train and such a key part of German railway infrastructure.
It's a brutish thing. It's diesel powered, it's big, it's powerful.
Lucas, who's very well known obviously here at Dovetail, he's worked very hard and he's managed to get us access to a BR294. So we've been out to Germany and had a full day of recording with the 294, rigged up with microphones. We've been recording.
The random bass drops are taking me out. Also, this looks very detailed. Wow.
Recording all of the switches, all the little details and everything that we usually record. We're very fortunate now to have our own full suite of kit. We have lots and lots of Peli cases full of equipment now, which is a nightmare when it comes to flying out to Germany with, but it was all worth it in the end, and the wait will hopefully be worth it.
Taking the existing route and then uplifting that to to sort of where we are now.
I really wish that they showed the route maps here like they did during the TSW5 reveals. I just like to see a general layout of the track and see how curvy it is and see where things are on a scale of things. I'm sure this will probably be in whatever article that they're dropping, but I wish that was included here.
And then extending the route, adding new bits in that to the existing side of the route. It can be quite creatively fulfilling for the team as well, because just going back and particularly adding Friedrichstadt was just finally, yes, we were able to get that in. We wanted to do that.
Why is Matt not wearing his pink headphones? It's bothering me. It's bothering me way more than it should, okay?
The extension to Leipzig offers the chance to drive all the trains that you already love in Riesa Dresden, but at a faster pace. Gone are the sweeping curves, and it's a much faster straight-through experience.
Okay, that's what I wanted to hear. I'm not too familiar with it, but now I'm way more excited. See, these are the kind of runs that I love. I'm not too mad about there not being like much new in terms of trains, but here's the thing, like, you know, it's nice to know if you're just purchasing this and you don't have roots in those trains from previous add-ons, but like, what if you already bought them and owned them? You know, it's just like, so then what is new to you? Like for players that are already coming from a complete collection, if that makes sense. Like if you're coming from nothing, this is all new to you, but we kind of already have this, at least from my knowledge, unless I'm missing something.
Where you've got some 4-track sections where you avoid stations, and you've got all the line-side industries that the 294 will be running on. It's just packed end to end, and Lightning
I
Station
love those
is a fantastic
pins. Oh my
terminus
gosh.
to arrive into, being one of the largest stations in the world.
This route already breathes so much variety and diversity in the traffic and the experience. Is why I keep coming back to it, because it doesn't matter what kind of train I want to drive, this route has got something for me. And
No, it seems like there is actually a lot to do on this route. I will give it that.
there's just more of that in this expanded version of the route.
And I love a route that gives me a lot to do. Like, I want to talk about Manchester Airport commuter for a sec. Like, I have seen the biggest crap dropped on top of that route, and it is actually a fantastic route. Yes, it's short. Yes, it doesn't go far. No, there's not really high speed running. You don't get to speed for very long, but there is a lot to do. There's a lot of variety and it's tons of fun. So I don't mind routes like that, but here it looks like we're getting a long route. We're getting some curves, but still straight shot, high speed movement. And we're also getting yard work and freight. So we're kind of getting a little bit of everything with this. So I'm not going to knock this one just yet. So DBBR 411 ICET, DBBR 442 Talent 2, DBBR 146 in Dostos, DBBR 185 in freight. And then we have the Dresden RISA entitlement. Okay, I see. And then included with the deluxe edition is the DBBR 294. All right, what's that? Okay, I need to know the features. I'm ready for what's next. What's the T? Is it announcements? Is it random delays and events? I'm happy with either or. I just hope it's one of them.
The 3 routes coming to you for Train Sim World 6. We have the Morristown line, we have the Riviera line, and we have Bahnstrecke, Leipzig to Dresden.
The Leipzig-Dresden route is going to be tremendous, with 160 kilometers in length and lots of interesting things to do. Tremendous dive.
What? Is this the longest route in TSW now or no? It's close. It's got to be close. I think it's still Castle Wurzburg, but it's got to be close.
Probably my favorite of the 3.
I'm looking forward to just seeing how much players can actually get up to on that route.
Yeah.
It is a massive route with loads and loads of potential opportunities.
Exactly. It's taking.
I'm also having this weird feeling that they're not showing it off as well as they could have. I just feel like they could have showed a little bit more, but maybe that's a good thing. Leave a little bit of surprise in there
One
for
of
us.
our most popular routes and making it even better.
Okay, I'm nervous.
So we've done the routes for Train Sim World 6. Now it's time to look at the core features that you're going to be enjoying with the new game. And this year we have prioritized requests directly from you, our lovely community.
Yes, yes, yes.
You asked, we deliver. More so than ever before, we've been able to put together a collection of really exciting new features, all suggested by players, that will offer deeper immersion and give lots of unexpected elements to your drives in your experience.
Amen. We ask, they deliver, they serve the meals, we eat them. That's how it works here.
Hold that thought. Last year we sent round a survey to our Train Sim World players and you delivered in spades. Thousands of you filled it out, so thank you very much. And that formed the basis of the core feature set that we're going to be providing with Train Sim World 6, focusing on the things that you really want.
I remember these surveys. I remember, and you know, every time I fill them out, I'm just like, oh, I can't wait for the day that they put some of this stuff in.
Going through them quite quickly today, but you can expect live streams and articles coming through much more of this after our direct show.
So we're going to kick off with the first of the new features coming with the game. And this one was by far and away the most requested single piece of content that we could provide you with. Get ready to expect the unexpected, because random behaviors and events are coming to Train Sim World 6.
At its core, the goal with random events is to try and make every journey feel a little different. We're introducing 2 new events that occur randomly during gameplay. The first is signal delays. This is where signals take a little bit longer to change sometimes compared to how normal. In reality, there's usually a human being changing the signals, and they don't do it instantly, which means they take a bit longer to change, sometimes 5-10 seconds longer. What that means for you as a driver is your signal that you're sitting there waiting at the platform to get a clearance to leave might take 5 or 10 seconds longer. Now, the knock-on for all of those things means that half an hour down the journey with these things adding up, you might now miss your slot, which means that
stuck behind.
You might get stuck behind a train that the previous time you played it, you didn't get stuck behind a train.
Exactly. These are the kinds of things that I've talked about so many times in so many videos. These are the features that we need in this game. This adds replay value. We have, let's say, 200 services in a timetable. Without something like this, every service is pretty much the same. It pretty much is. But when you have something like this, it gives you almost infinite possibilities. Every service, every possible combination of what could happen and where it could happen and how it could happen. This is exactly what we need. I just hope that it's not buggy, at least not that buggy. I'm sure there will be some issues, but I just hope it's not like game breaking or immersion breaking. But I have a lot of faith and a lot of hope in this because I feel like they did a really, really good job with free roam and incorporating that into timetable. I was expecting that to be like unplayable at first. I was really worried about it, and it wasn't. It was great. They did an amazing job. So I'm really looking forward to this.
Or the other way around, you could get ahead of the train. So it means that each time you play, potentially you're going to have different experiences.
I also want to ask too, because you can have points deducted from you if you're late. If there are things happening outside of your control, I am really hoping they have taken it into consideration that doesn't negatively impact your score. Because for some of us, action points and medals, they do matter.
Delays can completely change the flow of traffic and really, really impact your experience in game. Matt, do you want to tell us what the second of those two events is?
Yeah, the second one is temporary speed restrictions, which again is probably one of the biggest things players have been asking for. Temporary speed restrictions are put in the real railway whenever there's some damage to the railway line or there's some workers on the railway line, a reason that means that you have to slow down for whatever reason, usually safety. So the game will now randomly put temporary speed restrictions down on the track, which you'll now need to slow down for and then speed up with afterwards, and you'll get a brief.
I just really hope this isn't done like out of randomness, like with nothing occurring. I hope there are little scenery tiles, things that I've mentioned in one of my videos where you see workers on the side of the track. Then it's like, oh wow, there's construction work. That makes sense. Or I really hope, and it doesn't sound like this is included, and I don't want to ask for too much, but maybe they'll expand on this in the future. I definitely want to see, weather be involved. If it starts raining, then things like this start happening. I don't know if they're going to go that far with it, but again, that leaves great room for them to improve and add on it in the future, and I'm so here for that.
Thing at the beginning to tell you where all the temporary speed restrictions are.
Yeah, I mean, even without speed restrictions, I'm normally late regardless. I think if anyone's ever watched a 4-Up challenge, you'll know exactly what we mean with that. But seriously, we hope these will add some real variety to your gameplay.
I'm happy with it.
No two game sessions are ever the same. And
even though it's not, it's most likely not fully expanded the way that I would prefer it, I'm happy because I didn't think we would get this for a long time, if ever. I was just kind of like, would they be able to pull it off? And this right there is just going to instantly add so much more to the game, so much more replay value. And you never know what you're going to get. And this is definitely what they were teasing. Expect the unexpected. Delays, duh.
We asked you in the survey about what types of random events you'd like to see in game. These came out as the top 2. So once again, we are listening to your feedback and we hope you enjoy this in Train Sim World 6. And while we're sticking with highly requested features, something else that came up super high in the survey was train faults.
So no train is a perfect machine, and the gremlins are really going to get in there and get in the way sometimes, particularly with older trains. The whole idea of this train fault feature is, again, to keep those journeys different and keep them a little bit unpredictable. So sometimes you'll be driving down the tracks and part of the train might exhibit a fault, and this is no bad thing. Trains do this, and the drivers are trained to deal with it.
This is a good idea. This wasn't something that I would have ever expected to be a core feature, but this actually makes the game more interesting. It's almost bringing an element from the expert locos, kind of, I'm guessing, into all this new stock that we're getting
as well. So whenever a pop-up happens, we'll pop something up and say, here's how you deal with it. Here's what you've got to do.
So Matt, what kinds of faults on the train will players experience?
So you might have wipers get stuck or broken. You might have auxiliary lighting that doesn't work, the headlights. You might have tilt faults on trains that have got tilting trains like the ICT. It might be something more complicated, maybe a turbo or dynamic brake failure that you need to deal with. All of these things things, we'll help you through them, but it just keeps you on edge. Even if nothing even goes wrong, you'll find
these things will contribute to the random delays and events. Yeah! You know what? Give me more realism. Give me more, my favorite word in the world, immersion. That's what we want to see.
Driving experience different because you are waiting for it to go wrong, which is really exciting.
Now, we know some of you enjoy a much more laid-back experience when you're playing Train Sim World, so if you would like, you'll have the opportunity to toggle them off if you choose.
Good,
the next
good,
core
good.
feature coming to Train Sim World 6 is something that we are super excited about.
What is
But
it?
myself and Matt, we're not going to announce this one. We'll let somebody else do it for us.
Harry?
Arriving into Train Sim World 6 platform.
We're getting both! Are you serious? I was banking on the most likely possibility that it was just going to be one or the other. I was like, we're either getting announcements or we're getting random delays. I don't think we're getting both. But both? Are you actually out of your mind?
And onboard announcements.
Coming in as our
So all the stations are going to have announcements. I hope we get them on the train, but station announcements I'm cool with because we kind of already have them in the UK, and I'm pretty sure we have them sometimes in Germany, but we don't have them at all in the US. We need to have them in the US, at least at stations.
second most highly voted core feature from our players survey. On Train Sim World 6 routes, you'll be able to hear authentic passenger announcements on platforms linked to the passenger information system and onboard trains.
So when passengers are standing near to or walking past a station and a train is about to depart, an announcement will sound over the platform to make sure that the player is aware when the train is departing and how many stops it has.
This creates a much more immersive and alive feeling with all the announcements of the various services. Another important feature of immersion is announcements on the train itself. So while you're driving or riding on the train as a passenger, you want to know when the train's approaching a platform, when it's stopping a platform, when it's about to be departing. All of these things create such an intense immersion in the cab. And we've now got those developed and brought into Train Sim World 6.
So
Whoa, they're in there too? Are you serious? You know, I'm going to go ahead and be honest, they kind of ate with this one.
alongside all of these amazing core improvements that have been voted for by you at home, we've also given a lick of paint to some of the other features within Train Sim World as well.
They're giving us platform announcements, train announcements, and random events and delays. 3 things that I thought would all come separately in 3 separate years in the same year. Oh my gosh.
Through some of these, kicking off with the training center, where we are bringing the SD42 locomotive into the training center so that US players or people that have got an inclination towards US.
Also, I know Take a Ticket's coming up, but I just need to go ahead and say really quickly, Amtrak Diesel, long distance. Where is it? Let's go. Do you know how many routes that could layer onto that we already have? You don't even need to give us a new route. You could, but you don't need to. That would sell like hotcakes because we could use it with so much content. And for players that don't own that content, they would likely want to go buy it. Like, that needs to happen. So I'm praying that's in Take a Ticket. And if it's not, there's my recommendation for later down the line.
Locos have the opportunity to learn it as they get to grips with Train Sim World.
So our teams have been continuing to work really hard to deliver on first stage of our improvements on memory and robustness, stability, performance improvements. This includes areas where players have been experiencing blurry textures, for example. We got some great feedback from the releases that went out in June with the first stage of these improvements, and the team are continuing to work hard and getting more updates out to continue that growth.
So alongside some of these smaller updates, we'll also be doing a variety of quality of life improvements to the game as well. And you can make the most of these improvements by upgrading using the free starter pack for Train Sim World 6. So we've whistled through a lot of those. So here's a quick summary of all of those new features before we get into the next stage of Dovetail Direct. You'll need to get prepared for the unexpected with random events and random train forks completely changing the game from one session to the next.
Equally, we're focusing on enhancing your immersion with new passenger and train announcements to hear across the game, further quality of life changes and more.
And as we mentioned before, you'll be able to gather more information on all of these coming up in articles like...
What I want to know is what is coming to the back catalog. You know, like, are we going to get the passenger platform announcements coming to older routes that aren't coming with this? Or is all of this just for TSW6 new routes and content and going forward? Because I would like to see some of this stuff reverse. In TSW, I think it was 4, the free roam was like kind of made to work on everything. So it's like, I really hope that random events and delays, and honestly, I hope all of this is just back cataloged because, oh my gosh, it would give every route a new life. Every route a new life. I will be disappointed if it isn't for everything, but it's not the end of the world and they could always make it. But I'm really hoping that that's the case.
Live streams and previews. We hope you're as excited as we are.
Okay, are we going on to Take a Ticket now?
One of the key features Train Sim World 6 brings is the platform announcements. Just standing on some of these stations, you're going to hear a lot of different announcements for trains going in different places, particularly at places like Newton Abbot. You've got lots of things going off in different directions, so it's not just going to be the next train going to the next station along the line.
Passenger announcements, I think, is something we wanted to get in for a while now, and it's good to see it come to fruition. I think it's going to add a lot of immersion to all our trains and the platform.
This is so exciting. I know Matt watches my videos and I like really appreciate that. And I need to say, like, in one of my recent videos where I was talking about we need random events and delays, I wonder if he's just watching the video and he's just like, it's coming, but I can't say anything. Because I think I also brought up not just random events and delays, but also announcements. We're getting them better than how I brought them up, you know, like that is just crazy to me. Oh my gosh.
You know, encourage you to ride the trains more, like go through the stations and just making it more immersive, basically.
Yeah, so this first iteration of platform announcements for Train Sim World 6 is going to be dynamic, it's going to be automatic, so players won't have to interact with anything on the train or in-game.
Good, that's how it should be. Let me focus on the driving, but have that to hear to improve immersion.
Just happen. They will be hearing everything from the next train to arrive at platform X will be the such and such train from, you know, whatever destination it may be coming from, and this is all tied in dynamically with the timetable information.
I mean, it's incredibly exciting to be having announcements, because ever since we did Great Western Express and we first showed a screenshot of a destination board, players were like, well, are you
I'm going to be honest, I know there's going to be people that go, well, this is not accurate to this region. And I'm going to be honest, like maybe it's moddable, maybe, I don't know, but this is a highly requested feature and it would be impossible for them to make it accurate to every single region with the right voice and the right speaking style. Like it's not going to be 100%. And to me, I'm going to say this, that is okay. Like we have to cut them some slack, at least in this department. Like I'm just happy to be getting this. I've been wanting this for so long and I know that people are going to be upset that it's not 100% realistic. And to be completely honest, it's unrealistic to expect them to make it that way. I'm sure it is going to sound good. It sounds good by some of these clips, and I'm sure they did their research, but in order to make this work, I am hoping that it is like kind of modular, where, you know, whatever formula they've developed can apply to multiple routes. Or maybe there are going to be settings that we can set to change the voice and speaking style and all of that. And even if that's not the case, that's okay. But I think that would personally be an awesome touch.
going to get announcements? And obviously that was some time ago now, and the answer was no. But it's so nice to be able to finally bring that into Train Sim World, and how poetic is it that we bring it in with more Great Western content.
I'm so excited to get into that real immersion. Like, you're going to be driving the train, there's going to be so much going on. You've got all the buttons to press, you've got the train to drive, but you've also got potentially things to listen out for, whether you're a passenger in the passenger compartment or actually wandering around on the station. There's going to be audio to hear. It's going to really add an extra level of immersion.
It really is the missing piece of the puzzle for the experience of driving trains, riding on trains, being a conductor. It just rounds off the whole experience.
We've also got, you know, random events where something could go wrong.
It's going to make it to where no two journeys feel the same. Even if nothing goes wrong, there was always the chance something might go wrong. You know, when things go wrong, we'll talk you through it, we'll help you, so you're not going to get left on your own. But it doesn't mean you need to just have your wits about you, watch for things going wrong, and then make those corrective actions.
The experience of driving a train so often in simulators is A to B, B to A, or doing a network route, but nothing ever really goes wrong. What this brings to the experience is just a whole sense of unpredictability.
If something goes wrong while you're going quite quickly, yeah, you could have a bad time.
Yeah, it's massively exciting. I've played Train Sim World for years, and we're adding this level of gameplay. We're adding a completely new experience. No two
It looks so good, those aero cars. Come on.
journeys are going to be the same. It's really going to keep me and everybody else on their toes.
The team have been working on what we're calling robustness. They've been looking at sort of the game across the board, and we've now got some nice improvements that we'll still keep working on, but will help for the overall smoothness of the game. We are basically trying to ship the most stable version of Train Sim World yet.
We know that it's important to our community and our players out there that we make sure that all the audio that we put into our game is as authentic as we can possibly make it, and we make every effort that we can to achieve this. So working with the community, working with our beta teams, is really important to us. Working with Fan Railer and other community team members with the Arrow 3, this is where we can achieve this. It makes a massive difference to the community and the fan base out there. So hopefully that will come across now in TSW6.
There's so much to go at, so many different things to do, and something for every kind of train sim.
The random bass drops just make it so dramatic. I love it. Shout out to the editing and audio team.
Expect the unexpected.
They had too much fun with this.
World 6.
So if you've liked what you've seen, let's talk about how you can get involved. Train Sim World 6 will be available through the free starter pack as well as standard, deluxe and special editions. So let's talk a little bit about what you get in each bundle. So for the free starter pack, you will get access to the upgraded training center with the new SD40-2 loco. You'll get access to the Train Sim World 6 core features, everything that we've just talked about. You'll be able to bring across your Train Sim World compatible content. For more details on that, you can visit our FAQs.
If you like the sound of the 3 core routes for Train Sim World 6, Standard Edition is for you. Standard Edition contains all the previous benefits from the free starter pack. It also contains all of the Train Sim World 6 core routes, the Morristown line, Riviera line and Leipzig-Dresden. Plus, we're also giving you the Navaca-Dresden route entitlement too, as this is now extended via the Leipzig-Dresden core route. New Train Sim World 6 core features including random events, train faults and passenger announcements, and a 10% pre-order and loyalty discount.
If you're
Gotta give me that discount, baby.
Train Sim World enthusiast, you like the sound of the deluxe locos, and also you want to get in there first, Deluxe Edition is for you. You'll get all the previous benefits we've just talked about, plus you'll get the 3 new deluxe locos, the NJ Transit AL.
The 5-day early access, you know they're gonna throw that in, baby. Everybody wants to play early.
The 45 DP for the Morristown line, the Cross Country Class 220 Voyager for the Riviera line, and the DBBR 294 for Leipzig-Dresden. You'll also get the 10% pre-order and loyalty discounts you got for standard, but for deluxe you'll also get 5 days early access to Train Sim World 6.
However, if you're a collector like me, Special Edition is where it's at. All of the previous benefits from everything.
They should have made the special edition 10 days early access. They should have really sold that one there. Oh boy, this one is loaded. But the thing is, what happens if you already have Boston and Worcester, if you already have Ludwigsbahn, Cardiff City, Semmeringbahn, Zwolle and Groningen? See, I already have all of those. So it's like, I guess it wouldn't make sense to get that, right? Because it's just basically everything else, just with, the addition of those routes.
We've talked about previously, along with additional special edition routes across 5 unique countries: the MBTA, Boston, Worcester in the US, Balsica Ludwigsbahn in Germany, Cardiff City Network in Wales, Semmeringbahn in Austria, Zwolle Groningen in the Netherlands. In addition, 10% pre-order and loyalty discounts, and you'll also get that 5-day early access.
Right, I think I'm going to need a lie down, Matt.
I will say, no, it doesn't sound like they're enhancing New York to Trenton, but like with the Aero cars, that needs to layer. It not only needs to layer, but we need our freight. Give PC players the freight on New York to Trenton. Please bring it up to standards. Like, I would love if that came down the line, but I'm just going to go ahead and say I'm putting that positive energy out there, okay? So let's see if we can make that happen in the future. And also for the UK, I want to see London King's Cross to Peterborough. Like, that was also another highly requested one. A little disappointing we're not getting something like really fast like that, but who's to say that can't come in the future, And
we have a full schedule coming up for you over the course of the next few weeks.
Starting in just a couple of days, join Alex and I for the August roadmap, where we'll cover all the important information coming to Train Sim World 6.
But make sure you put all of those other stream dates into your calendar.
This is a lot. Oh my gosh. We're going to be fed.
Train Sim World 6 previews over the next few weeks, and we will see you there. But there's so much more to come tonight, including the hotly anticipated return of Take a Ticket, and this time we are
Harry is in
8
it.
brand new add-on reveals for Train Sim World 6. You'll be able to get a first glimpse at the
She's
Train
like
Sim
one
World
of
6
the
roadmap.
funniest members on that team. Like, I have to say, every live stream that Harry is in, she's hilarious. Like, I don't think she realizes how funny she is sometimes. Like, she's like hilarious. Like, please keep her in these streams, okay?
Beyond launch with even more add-on announcements from our partner program developers.
Catch you shortly, everyone.
All right, let's see what's next. Boy, it's getting hot in here and I'm running out of water. They need to hurry this up. I'm kidding. Again, this is the Super Bowl for people with crumbs in their bed. Let's go. Is this where they're gonna announce Metro Rivals New York? Let's see. Take a Ticket Part 1. Oh Lord, this is so long. This video is gonna take me years to upload. I feel terrible. You guys, I have so much content to make. Please bear with me. I'm so sorry if it takes me a while to get everything up. I'm only one guy.
So there's loads to be excited for Train Sim World 6, but this is just the start, because I'll be passing over to Alex and Harry for the hotly anticipated return of the Take a Ticket show.
Hello everyone and welcome back to the Take a Ticket reveal show. Now you're joined by me and Harry, and you may notice us from across the community and in various live streams, and we're really excited to bring back Take a Ticket for another year, and oh boy do we have so many new announcements to share with you tonight. Let's have a look at how it'll work.
In front of us you'll notice a lovely Take a Ticket Wheel of Fortune, which has a whopping 8 special tickets on it, all with add-ons coming to Train Sim World.
And we'll be sharing some really key details to get you excited about what to expect with some of these add-ons.
And between you and me, we have 3 new countries to reveal, including taking a closer look at the Japanese Tadami line.
Oh, we get more on that. Let's go.
Get ready to explore new horizons.
Let's go
with Train Sim World 6. Now, if you've noticed, on our wheel, we have 2 types of tickets. You've got the dovetail blue ones, which represent new add-ons coming to Train Sim World, and we've also got the global tickets, which represent the new countries you'll be able to explore in Train Sim World 6. We'll be sharing a whole range of new details for all of these add-ons in our coming roadmaps and our articles, and there should be something here for everyone. Are we ready? Let's spin the wheel for our first ticket.
Let's go.
Would you look at that? We've landed on one of our new global tickets already. So let's reveal a new country coming to Train Sim World 6. And here it is. Let's reveal where we're headed. The first Czech route in Train Sim World. So
oh
this
my
is
god!
Stara Parker from Vector Simulations. Explore the harsh and scenic Jasira Mountains in northern Czechia with 80 kilometers of fast-paced and busy inter-regional single-track mainline. Let the Class 843 engines roar in open fields and reverberate in tight mountain passes. Or take multiple Class 750 engines for heavy work on highly demanding grades. You'll also get to perform various tasks from yard work to passenger traffic and a multi-functioning express retrieval.
Oh my gosh, I just looked up Class 750. This thing is cool looking. It actually is cool looking. It looks like a train that has goggles on.
Well, that was super exciting. How about Harry? Why don't you reveal a ticket?
Me?
Me? I told y'all she's funny. The way she said that.
Ooh, we've got a good ticket here, and it's one that the community have been speculating about for quite some time, since we teased it back in April. Coming from the All Aboard Studios team, Birmingham Crew. Yes, you heard correctly. Birmingham Crew is coming to Train Sim World 6. Power through the industrial heart of the Black Country with the Class 350 in multiple liveries and variants during the 2019 transitional era. Navigate high-speed.
This is gonna be a good timetable. I know that one.
Countryside. Manage mainline
I'll tell you that
around
for
key
free.
interchange stations, and enjoy a varied timetable with exciting layers that energize the West Coast mainline experience.
And we can confirm that Birmingham Crew will be the first route coming to Train Sim World 6.
We'll be sharing more details in a roadmap coming soon.
Ooh.
Wow, the first route coming? Wait, this makes no sense. What about the core routes? Are they saying like putting those aside, it's the first one that's coming later but first? Is that what they're saying?
I can't wait for Birmingham Crew because I actually live near
Pendolino
Crew for a little
action,
bit. But let's go for another spin of the wheel, shall we?
I mean, I'm telling you, this really...
Ooh, and we've landed on another global ticket, and this
really
one,
is
I
the
can
Super
see,
Bowl.
is coming from the Union Workshop team. And of course, we're talking about the Tadami line, which we've been following up in our monthly roadmaps.
The Tadami line? Didn't we already announce Tadami line on last year's Take a Ticket?
Ah, yes. But with this ticket, we've got brand new gameplay to
They said we've already announced it, but we're gonna announce it again since it still didn't come.
show you today for the Tadami line, and we can confirm that it will be coming in Train Sim World 6. Let's do a quick reminder for you.
Let's see if they stick to that one. If it's in next year's Take a Ticket, we have some problems. Okay, we will have something to say about that.
For the Tadami line coming from the Union Workshop team, you'll be able to travel across the field of the Aizu area and along the picturesque valley of the Tadami River set in the 2010 era. Operate passenger services with classical diesel trains built in the 1970s, and with the route you'll be on the Kiha 40 DMU. Alongside the Tadami line, Train Sim World 6 will bring brand new Japanese localization into the game and welcome in a whole new audience of players to experience Train Sim World.
Let's take a look at the route in action.
Oh, that's so beautiful. What? Why is it always the third parties use like better assets? Like, I feel like the trees always look better, the grass always looks better for third party stuff.
I can't wait to explore the scenery. It looks stunning.
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 Let's spin the wheel again.
Here we go.
I need to know, is Harry a YouTuber? Because if not, she should be one. I would watch her. She's funny.
Okay, here we go. We have a brand new German route here from the Dovetail team. That is Stuttgart-Heilbronn.
I don't know what that is.
50 kilometers in southwest Germany on an extremely busy 2000 route with a mix of big freight yards and fields.
But I'm excited.
Get your hands on the brand new DB BR 140 and the new DB Wittenberger Störwagen.
Okay, that's an interesting looking locomotive. I just had to go pull it up because if I don't know something, I need to Google it right away so that I could start, setting and managing my expectations.
More details on Stuttgart-Heilbronn soon. So for our German railway fans, hold tight and make sure to follow our socials for more news coming soon. But don't go away, because one of these tickets is the next USA route that will be coming to Train Sim World 6.
We'll be back in a bit. Over to JD.
Now,
I need to know now. I swear to God, if it's another leg of the Northeast Corridor, I'm going to be happy and upset at the same time. And I'm going to be happy because I won it, but upset that that's not the flagship route. We need NEC as a flagship route. I just feel like it has more commercial appeal. And so many of the people that go, US content sucks, this. If this was just included in the bundle, like if they would throw an NEC line, like high speed, lots to do, freight, passenger, express, stopping, and made that a flagship US route, less people would talk smack about US content. And I feel like that's part of the problem. But it might not even be that. It's probably going to be a freight route. You know what? It probably is going to be a freight route because we haven't gotten one of those in a minute. And I know the freight community has been requesting that.
Let's spin the wheel.
I need to know what the US route is.
And this is the US route that we were talking about.
Oh, how funny how that works out, huh?
Now, we promised a new US route before we left. So we'll jump straight in and take a look at the NEC New York Stamford route. Coming from the Dovetail Games team, enjoy passenger action or local New York freight in NEC New York to Stamford.
Oh my God, we're getting freight. We're getting freight. Stop. Are you actually serious?
To head off from Grand Central Terminal to Stamford via the Metro North route or New York Penn to Stamford via the Northeast Corridor route.
What? Wait, whoa. Hold on. I need to read this again. Choose to head off from Grand Central Terminal to Stamford via the Metro North route or New York Penn to Stamford via the NEC route. Oh, we're getting another leg of the NEC. It's a little bit slower though. It's a little bit slower, but this is going to be jam-packed. I already know this is going to be jam-packed. So is this basically them pulling some of the part of NEC that was left out of Train Sim World from the New York to Rochelle route, or New York to New Rochelle, I think it is. I'm not too familiar with that region, but I'm pretty sure parts of that are going to be pulled in here. I just hope things are upgraded and all of that, but we're getting the new Metro North M8.
As for the key train on this line, you'll be getting your hands on the new Metro North M8 loco.
This was requested too.
Ooh, a bit more New York
This
action.
was one of the most requested for US. Like, oh my gosh, they really are listening. Like, you can't say they're not.
Sounds like fun.
I'm so ready to take a bite out of the Big Apple.
That's exactly what I wanted. Oh my god. This is like a Christmas morning when you're like 5 years old and you get all the toys you want. This is actually kind of insane for me.
We've got 3 more tickets. Let's spin the wheel! Ooh, we've got a new ticket, and here, I believe we've got something from the TSG team, but this doesn't look like a new route to me. Coming from the Train Sim Germany team, we have the second ever Expert Loco, the Expert DBBR145. Featuring a DB and RHB livery, the Expert DBBR145 will bring new expert level features, such as manual brake hose operation and working angle cocks, and much more. Also included are the new T3000E container wagons, and additional content with scenarios and a timetable on the Dresden-Leipzig core route in Train Sim World 6.
This is perfect, and I'm going straight to Google to look up what this thing looks like. Do we have this in Train Sim World? See, I'm not familiar with all of the German stuff, excuse me, but we might have this in TSW, but hey, an expert version of anything, I'm down for. Let's go.
See what you all make of the new Expert Loco coming to Train Sim World, especially some of those expert level features.
That just leaves us with 2 tickets left, a 50-50 chance between a new add-on or a new country.
Let's find out and spin the wheel.
She's so dramatic. She's so dramatic.
Oh, and we've got the new country. Are we ready?
You did that on purpose.
So ready. Now, if we look on the flip side of this, you'll see that we're going to Portugal. This is a new route in partnership with another brand new third party to Train Sim World, Virtua Via 360. Lisbon-Setúbal is the first ever Portuguese route in Train Sim World, covering a 54-kilometer stretch from Lisbon to Setúbal.
Does this mean new signal system too?
Across the iconic...
Oh wait, yes, new safety system and signaling.
Ponte Vinci e Cinco de Abril, one of Portugal's major landmarks, operates suburban services with the Series 3500 EMU, experience Portugal's safety systems and signalling, adding a new challenge to the game.
Wow, it's great to see so many new countries coming to Train Sim World. And we've got just one more ticket to reveal, so let's find out what it is.
Is this them announcing the next Dutch route? I personally don't think it will be because we know there's going to be one coming, but I don't think this soon. But if it's a new Dutch route, I'm probably going to scream.
Ah, we didn't get it.
Are you actually...
Nope, that's right. We're heading back to the 1980s with crew to Preston. Take on a busy section of the West Coast Main Line in northwest England with the powerful electric Class 86-4 on high-speed runs between Preston and Crewe. Set in 1986 with an intense timetable, you'll also tackle the challenge of running merry-go-round coal trains from pit to power station with classes 20 and 47-3.
This sounds good too. Oh my gosh, all the Take It tickets are good. I would even argue some of these Take It tickets are better than the freaking launch routes.
And that was our Take
That's crazy to me.
ticket for this year. We hope you enjoy seeing all of these brand new add-ons coming to Train Sim World 6 after the release this year.
But I will say, I'm not gonna lie, like, I feel like this isn't the first time that's happened because, in my opinion, Boston to Worcester was miles better than the San Bernardino line. It was less boring, at least in my opinion. I feel like sometimes the wrong things are pushed too soon.
Wait, that's not all. We have even more add-ons to announce. So hang around for the Train Sim World 6 roadmap section and I'll go find Matt Pedalston, our executive producer of Trains. Thanks so much for watching. Back to JD in the studio. Ta-ra!
I can't with this. This is too much to process.
I'm very much looking forward to brushing up on my Portuguese. Before we get into the next section, we have some exciting news. I can now officially confirm that Train Sim World 6 is now available to pre-order. If you head to the link that's on screen now, you'll be able to find out more details, but we still have a few more surprises up our sleeve. I'm going to pass back to Alex and Matt, who are going to talk about the roadmap.
Wow, Take a Ticket was so much fun this year.
It was. I can't wait to explore some fantastic new countries like Czechia and Portugal.
Yeah, and even better yet, we've got more announcements to come in the Train Sim World 6 roadmap. So why don't we throw our usual roadmap asset on screen and we can take a look at everything you can expect in Train Sim World 6 and...
This is a lot to digest. This is like when you eat way too much food, but you feel sick, but it's not because the food was bad, it's because you just ate too much. Like, this is a lot. Oh my gosh, Riviera line, Morristown line. Oh my gosh, there's so much here. I need to know for these, improvements, if this is only coming to TSW6 content or if it's going to be like a part of the back catalog. I'm really hoping it's a part of the back catalog. But NEC New York to Stanford, I'm getting everything that I want. 2 roots that stem from the NEC. 2 roots. I couldn't be happier. This is literally what I wanted. This is everything I personally wanted. And I just hope that you guys can say the same. I really do. I'm even happy with what's coming in the UK, and that's not even my region. Like, they kind of did the thing here with this.
Beyond. Of course, if you've stuck around tonight, there's a lot to cover. All of the routes and locos from Train Sim World 6 and the reveals from Take a Ticket are included. But we've got even more.
As you can see, one of the new add-ons on our roadmap is coming from the All Aboard Studios team with the Class 805. And of course, we've got all of our previously announced add-ons that aren't yet released, which includes the GWE remaster that I know so many of you are looking forward to, and that will be coming in Train Sim World 6, which is available for everyone to access at no additional cost by using the free starter pack upgrade.
And with the Czechia and Portugal coming as new countries, that will take Train Sim World 6 up to 13 countries represented across the globe.
We'll dive into all of these in greater detail on our upcoming roadmap articles being shared over the next couple days, and why not join me and Matt on the Train Sim World 6 roadmap livestream where we'll talk through everything in huge detail.
Okay, so we are getting that Santa Fe gameplay pack pretty soon. I'm very excited about that. You know what? I'm cool with that. Wow, so we're wrapping up now, and I need a process. I think we have less than 2 minutes now, so I'm just gonna let this wrap up. Where's the other titles? Didn't they say they were gonna be revealing other titles? Where's Metro Rivals? That makes me so happy they didn't just put all this out today, because it would have been too much to digest. This is good. This is a good place to start, and then from tomorrow we'll pick it up. I have to go ahead and say, because I'm personally really happy with what we're getting. They ate that. They did. And, I'm curious on what you guys think. I'm not really going to be sharing any more thoughts. I've just been giving you my thoughts throughout this whole thing, and it's long, and I need to edit it somehow and get it up. But I'm personally very happy. Share your thoughts, your opinions on everything that's coming. And if you had to rank these 3 regions, how would you rank them for what you're most excited for in terms of what's coming, at least with the core releases? Would you put US at the top? Would you put Germany at the top, or UK? What's your top 3? Very, very curious. Share all of your thoughts below. I'm going to be reading through everything, but that's going to be it from me for this video. Thank you guys so much for clicking and watching. If you made it to the end of this whole thing, leave a train emoji in the comments. Also, don't forget to enter my giveaway. I have video details on that in a previous video going over community predictions. Take care, guys. Happy rail simming.